Alright guys, welcome back to Americade. We are riding the Indian Springfield Dark Horse. We've got the mini apes on here. This is probably the closest thing that still exists in the current Indian lineup to what my original Indian Chief was, my 2015 Chief. As far as the look of the nacelle around the front headlamp, and the same sort of gauge setup on the tank. It's probably the most classic look to that early 2010s, look of the Chief and Springfield when Indian first came back, owned by Polaris. So if this is the look that you're going for on an Indian, or you like the look of my Chief in my old videos, this is probably the one you want to go for. We're going to break down all of the features, all of the stuff that you guys want to know about this motorcycle. We're going to break it all down for you guys and go over all the great things this has to offer. We're going to start first with comfort. If a motorcycle isn't comfortable, you are not going to want to ride it. So comfort is key. So the first thing we're going to discuss with comfort is the seat. The seat on the Springfield is currently set up with a 2-up seat. I think they all come that way because they are set up for 2-up from the factory. It's very comfortable. Not as comfortable as the 2-up seat on the Indian Challenger or Indian Pursuit, but still very comfortable. I would give it, for a stock seat, and you guys know I don't like stock seats, but for a stock seat I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. It's very good. It's very good. As far as the riding position goes, I like the mini apes, and we've got big floorboards down here. Everything is very comfortable. So we're in sport mode now on the highway. Let's talk about the engine power. Plenty of power on this amazing bike. Now, of course, we got 126 foot-pounds of torque. This is running the 116 Thunderstroke, award-winning Thunderstroke engine from Indian. Tons of power for the highway. With no windshield in front of you, you feel like you're really riding a motorcycle. You feel connected to the road. Don't get me wrong, I love my touring bikes. I like having a windshield. I like having that big fairing in the front. But there's something about riding this that makes me feel like I'm riding my old Chief again, and it's a good feeling. I like this. Let's go through the downshifting here, feel how this engine braking feels. Engine braking is incredibly smooth. I would say it's much improved over the 111 Thunderstroke engine. It definitely feels much smoother than my 111 Thunderstroke engine on my Chieftain. The 116s, the 111s were great. They won awards with that engine, but the 116 is definitely an improvement. They did a great job with it. Gonna pull over here. A little walk around the bike, show you what we're working with here. All right, so this is the 2023 Indian Springfield Dark Horse, and it looks like they've got the upgraded air intake on it as well. That may be why we had a little more pep with it on the highway. Blacked out looks all the way around. LEDs, light up Indian head on the front. We've got dual floating brakes up front, not Brembos like you're going to find on the Pursuit or the Challenger, but still very good braking power. Award-winning 116 Thunderstroke engine. Dual crossover exhaust. So in comparison to the Chief, which only has the pipes on the right side, now we've got a crossover on here. Plenty of storage. This is a new Indian trunk. It's the low profile trunk. Personally, not a fan. I like the standard trunk if I was going to go with the touring setup, but they just wanted to give us all the examples here at the demo day. Good storage, lots of good storage on the bike. I believe this is an add-on. I don't think it comes with the trunk. I believe it only comes stock set up for 2 people with the 2 saddlebags, and then you can add either this or the larger touring trunk afterwards. If you guys get the larger touring trunk, it is available with speakers in the back so you can have your music. As far as gauges and things up front, we've got a plug-in for heated gear, we've got fuel gauge, and then we've got lock and unlock for the saddlebags. We'll turn it on. I'll just go quickly through here. When you turn on, it shows you sport mode, shows you the current mode you're in. You've got rain, touring, normal, and sport. We're going to go with sport. Shows you the voltage of your battery, current temperature, time, digital fuel gauge, range, mileage, miles to empty, total odometer, trip, AB, and then RPM gauge. We're going to leave it on RPM. That's about it. It's pretty simple. Nothing too fancy with, you know, Indians getting these big ride command displays now, but this is old school. You don't need all that info to ride and have fun. So we jumped through comfort pretty quick and got on the highway there. But for comfort, overall, I would give this bike 9 out of 10 on comfort. The seat's pretty good. Could be a little better, but for a stock seat, man, it's almost perfect for a stock seat. I'd still probably put a saddle in, but I could probably live with that seat for a while. All right, comfort, 9 out of 10. Power, 10 out of 10. Fantastic power. Again, not sure what's going on with the limiter there. We should be able to do way more than 110 on this sucker. All right, I showed you guys the walk around. We're going to go into the handling now. Go up through some twisties here, see how this handles in comparison to the larger touring Indians and the Chiefs and the Scouts. Man, that engine sounds so good. In the turns, in the twisties here, let's talk about flickability. I got a little bit of straightaway here. It feels pretty light, maybe not as light as perhaps the Pursuit or the Challenger, but still very good. Feels like, you know, if there's a pothole or a groundhog or something runs out in front of you, can you dodge around it pretty quick? Yeah, pretty good. Again, just a hair less nimble than maybe the Pursuit or the Challenger. I believe most of that has to do with the rake angle on the front fork, but I'm not entirely certain of that. The mini apes make a big difference here. I feel very relaxed in this position. I feel like I have good handling control through these turns as well. In addition, if you're on the highway for a long period of time, especially without a windshield or a fairing, you might start to get fatigued. You do have cruise control on this motorcycle. I believe all the Indians have cruise control except for maybe the Scout lineup, and I think maybe even the Scout Rogue has it as well. I'm not entirely sure on that, but the Chiefs on up, they've all got cruise control. It's a very nice feature. And because we're using electronic throttle and, you know, fly-by-wire instead of old cables, this is a actual cruise control versus just a throttle lock or an RPM lock like you would find on an old Harley Sportster. Handling, good, just a little bit less nimble than maybe the, again, Challenger Pursuit. I'm going to give it on handling about an 8 out of 10, considering that it is a bagger. That's pretty darn good. Baggers should not have the best handling in the world, but this one is pretty darn good. So comfort's great, engine power is great, handling is great for a bagger. Let's talk about styling. That's the last thing. It's subjective to everybody. For me, I'm giving this bike a 10 out of 10. I would still want to have the infotainment system on here like maybe they do on the Chief, the new Chief. Put it right here, though. Don't try to put it up there and make it something different. Leave it, Indian. Leave this center console the way it is for those of us who like the classic look. Put the new infotainment system in there so you still have GPS, turn-by-turn, and audio. And then you could throw the trunk on the back with the speakers, and this would be an awesome, awesome bagger. I'm going to be a little biased towards this one because it does remind me of my old Chief, just the looks of it, my 2015 Chief Dark Horse. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you like the look of this? Is the Springfield still, you know, doing anything for Indian in its lineup? I feel like it's the forgotten child of Indian at this point. They have very few Springfields here at the demo day. A lot of Scout, a lot of Chiefs, a lot of Pursuits, Chieftain Dark Horse, Challengers, all that good stuff. But I think there was like one, maybe two Springfields. I think they had this and a Springfield Classic. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments about the looks, the handling, whatever you guys think. Talk to me. I love hearing from you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. That helps me get my channel and this video out to more viewers like you who might be interested in this bike. If you're new here, thank you for watching, and if you feel I've earned it, please hit that subscribe button. Click the bell icon next to it. That will give you guys notifications when there are new videos to watch here on MOTOBLADE, so you don't miss any of these great test ride videos coming from Americade 2023. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, you all know what to do. Be careful out there. Ride safe. Ride on. I'll catch you all in my next video. From Americade, deuces.